Close your eyes. Let go of the emotions, thoughts, and fatigue that have quietly piled up throughout the day. It's okay to release them now. This is your time, a calm, warm moment of deep cleansing, meant just for you. Each story you'll hear tonight will gently open the blocked pathways of your energy, seep into the deepest layers of your subconscious, and awaken the healing force already resting within you. Your body is becoming lighter, and your mind is sinking into peaceful stillness. Now, shall we walk together into the quiet world of stories?
The Fairy and the Woodcutter. Long ago, deep in the mountains, there was a pond so high it seemed to touch the sky. One day, a kind-hearted woodcutter was returning home when he found a wounded deer with a broken leg. Moved by compassion, he carefully treated the deer. In return, the deer whispered a secret. Soon, heavenly maidens will descend to bathe in the pond. If you hide one's robe of wings, she will not be able to return to the sky. The woodcutter followed the advice, and the most beautiful fairy was left behind, unable to fly home. They began a life together, fell in love, had children, and for a while they were happy. But as the children grew, the fairy longed more and more for the sky she had left behind. One day, she found her hidden robe of wings, held her children close, and soared back to the heavens. The heartbroken woodcutter begged the deer for help, and it led him to a white horse. There was only one way to reach the heavens: to ride the white horse across the clouds. At last, he reunited with his family in the sky. But humans cannot stay in heaven for long. The woodcutter returned to earth, and after time passed, the fairy and children followed. But when they arrived, a pot of boiling red bean porridge startled the white horse, and it fled back to the sky, leaving the family stranded on earth forever. And so they lived, quietly longing for the heavens, their love and parting still sparkling like stars in the night sky. Lady Bach. In a noble household of Hosein, a girl was born, but her father did not celebrate. She had a large forehead and a birthmark, and people whispered strange things about her. But the girl began to show extraordinary talents. She could memorize entire books after a single reading. And when she wrote poetry, even the wind seemed to pause. Though her name was never recorded, she became known as Lady Bach. One day, the king summoned women from across the land to choose a royal consort. Lady Bach appeared in his dream, riding a crane from the heavens. And soon after, she was brought to the palace. When foreign invaders threatened the kingdom, the king trembled in fear. Lady Bach calmly picked up a brush and wrote down a strategy that would lead to the enemy's surrender. Each night, she became a warrior priestess in her dreams, defending the land from unseen forces. She saved her country. The people called her the Goddess General. Even now, when you feel afraid or small, Lady Bach's courage and wisdom may be quietly watching over you. The Tale of Hong Gil-dong. Hong Gil-dong was born into a noble family, but he was not allowed to call his father father because he was born of a concubine. He lived like a ghost in his own home, nameless, invisible. But he secretly studied books and mastered martial arts, dreaming of a different world as he trained alone each night. When a gang of thieves attacked his village, he single-handedly drove them off. That act brought him to a wise mentor who taught him magical skills, cloud riding shoes, and the power to transform. With these powers, he became not a thief, but a righteous outlaw. He stole from the corrupt rich and gave to the poor, disguising his identity as the nobleman's son. Eventually, he sailed south and founded a nation, Yuldaguk, a land without class or discrimination, where everyone stood as equals. To this day, Hong Gil-dong lives on as a quiet hero in the hearts of those who still resist injustice. And perhaps deep inside you, there is also a Gil-dong, longing to be seen, longing to be named.
Now your body is completely at ease, and your subconscious is flowing freely into a clearer, softer realm. The sorrow, longing, courage, and wisdom carried by the characters in these stories are all quietly alive within you. While you sleep, stagnant emotions begin to soften, and your energy flows in harmony again. Tonight, you'll walk through the forest of dreams toward a brighter and lighter tomorrow. And remember, you don't need anyone's approval to be enough. You are already whole, just as you are. May this quiet night be your gentle return to the truest version of yourself.